So I'm just walking up through Castlebar town here with the face that I recognise. Let me take this mic off. From Manny's a good YouTube video that I've seen lately. Indeed, is it fair to say retired Garda, ex-Garda? Long-term serving member of the Garda Síochána, John Wilson?
I was a proud member from Garda Síochána for over 30 years. I retired on the 1st of May 2013, so I'm over 12 years gone at this stage.
Wow, brilliant stuff. Well, I spoke about my own father who passed away many years ago. I think he did he do 42 or 3 years? I think in total, from about 22 or 21, 22 to 65.
Yeah.
So
the cut-off has been 60 for a long time. I think it's up to 62 now.
Yeah, I think it was extended. Extended.
It was 57, then went to 60, now it's 62.
Yeah. Look, I've great time. I grew up back in the 80s. Well, I was born in the 70s, but grew up with the guards and been in the crime office in Galway. Firstly Eglinton Street, then, Mill Street. So, John, you're doing a little bit of work here today, and you were just telling me about the numbers. Like, there's a great turnout.
I'd say in the region of in excess of 1,000 people.
Amazing.
Will have visited this great premises by the close of business tonight.
Brilliant.
That's absolutely amazing. And the fact that this festival has been under so much pressure, the organisers have been under so much pressure. The publican, the owner of the hotel here, was put under enormous pressure over the last week or so. She was subject to vile abuse by these communists.
Unbelievable. Communist
scum, I describe them as.
Apparently we're the bad people, and they're the good guys. It's amazing how it's arrived at this, But I went upstairs there, John, and all I saw was a room of just the most lovely looking people. There was all age groups, there was kids even, and there was just a happy, I won't say happy families, but just a nice group of people, and we can see them gathering outside here.
One day, Stephen Kerr, Suzanne Delaney and Cliff Deal had a dream, and today that dream became a reality.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
The Mise Éire Festival has been, not in their wildest dreams could they have imagined how successful this inaugural Mise Éire Festival has been so far.
And it's a lovely venue too, in Castlebar, the west of Ireland,
Listen, we all know what happened in Drumshanbo. The pressure that the committee of the Mayflower were put under to pull the plug on this event.
Terribly unfair.
And in fairness to Sean Wynne, who is the chairman of the Mayflower, he stood firm and he would not yield. But the committee forced the cancellation of the Mise Éire Festival.
Out of fear, probably.
Out of fear. They were pressurised by a group of people that are they're just communists. They're communist scum.
Some really nasty characters, These vilifying people for, just wanting to somewhat maintain Ireland as an Irish country. You couldn't make it up.
These people hate Irishness. They hate Ireland. They cannot wait until Irish people are a minority in Ireland, in our Ireland.
I know,
and
it's unreal.
I have a clear message for these people. This is Ireland, our Ireland, and we will fight like hell to save it.
I know. Good on you, John. Great speaking to you. Enjoy the rest of the day. And,
and can I say it's great that you're here.
Yeah, thanks a million.
There are a couple of other podcasters here as well.
Brilliant,
The passion here is infectious. People are happy. There's a sense of goodwill.
There is. There's a lovely vibe.
Yes, people are very, very happy. People are just here to enjoy themselves, to enjoy Irish culture, to kind of, it's a gathering of like-minded people that are passionate about our country, people that are not going to stand by and watch the Irish race become a minority in their own country.
Exactly. Good on you, John. Great chatting to you.
The tide is turning, and even the common people now are talking.
Yeah, what's turning, I think, is... See, I actually don't think anything's changing fundamentally. I think people always knew that what we were saying was true. They always knew that we were in the far right. I mean, I've been around for the 50 years. If I was far right, I think people would have noticed it somewhere along the way. If my middle name was Adolf, it would have come out, I think, So people know this is nonsense. And they know that these skittery journalists are just speaking lies for money. That's all they're doing.
So I'm here with Callum from the fantastic YouTube channel Britannica, and we're talking cameras because this is the normal camera that I use, and I've got a different one here today. And we're having a little bit of camera we're geeking out over cameras. But he's probably most familiar to people from the Lotus Leaders, which you did 3.5 years.
Something like that, yeah. From the founding until I got a bit bored and decided I need to go travel the world.
Exactly, and you're doing exactly that, and you've got a fantastic new YouTube channel with about 250k subscribers.
Something like that. It's called Britannica. Basically, the gimmick for anyone new is that I go to different places and then show what it's like to be a tourist, and also some of the history and the politics. And then one of the things I found most interesting is the ethnic groups that make up the countries.
Yeah.
And the gimmick used to be I would go to what would be described as shithole countries.
Yeah.
So Afghanistan being the first one, going to Donbass under Russian occupation or Russian liberation. With the military there, or Iraq, El Salvador, got cleaned up. I also enjoy going to nice places. I thought I'd do a video about England, and then I realised the big story in England was ethnic displacement, the English population being just wiped out in areas of London. We went to a place that started at 0.0% English, and it's just gone.
Unbelievable.
And then we went to a part of the country that was 100% and showed off, look, here's some English culture stuff and whatnot, but if you come to London and you don't find any, this is why. I mean, immigration has done that. And then I thought, okay, I'll do the rest of the island. So I went to Wales, did a similar thing, Scotland, and now I'm up in Ireland doing that. And I vaguely knew you guys had a lot of immigration. Didn't realise how extreme it had been.
I think your old buddy and Lotus Eaters kind of coined the phrase, Ireland is speed running the immigration thing. Is that right? Yeah.
It seems to be the case.
Yeah,
because this is since 2019, is what I keep hearing from people.
Yeah, even in the last 8 years, it's crazy the kind of shift in demographics. Not blaming people, I've said it before. I'm blue in the face saying that. I'm not blaming people for coming to Ireland, but it's a country that's kind of morphing into a new country now.
It basically, is it in your interest what is happening? And from what I can see, it's similar to what happened in England. And the end state of that is what's currently going on in England, which is we're turning into fucking Ulster. I
know. It's mad. It's the big thing for me, Callum, is we're just kind of swapping out our own people for immigrants. Like, we're hemorrhaging all our young talent, trained people, highly qualified people. They're all going to Australia, Canada, even England, I suppose, as well. And so we're losing so much on emigration, and then we're just bringing in everyone else then from mostly non-European countries. Like, if you were here in Ireland, even 20 years ago, even a decade ago, the changes, it's unbelievable.
So I try not to do too much politics, because I try to do like a general audience these days, because I find that more accurate to try and be neutral about it. I've got my views, whatever, but one of the things I find most relevant to this discussion is people talk about it from their own interests in the country, right wing, left wing, whatever.
Yeah.
But the thing no one seems to think about is tourists. So as a tourist, I mean, tourist industry is huge in Ireland, it's huge in England, etc. When I made the England video, the big point is I keep bringing American tourists to London, and they get pissed off because there's just very little English culture there. And then when you bring them outside and see them the rest of the country, they never want to go back to London. And I'm having a similar experience here, where I've been to Dublin. I'm never going back. There's no point. There's nothing there of interest to me.
Yeah, it's all of Europe is becoming kind of samey. Yeah, it's like,
if I wanted to see that, I could see that at home. And
if you want to see the real Ireland, and even with England, you got to watch an old movie from the 80s or 90s. You know what I mean? You got to. It's captured in film now. Watch The Field or My Left Foot.
Okay.
Eat the Peach is another old classic Irish movies. It's like a different world to today, and I guess it's like that in England. Like, you watch an old English movie like Alfie, or even a James Bond or whatever.
Well, yeah, just from
that era. Yeah,
that's sad, because I can go to Afghanistan and still see Afghanistan.
I know,
and that's lovely. I really enjoy doing that.
Yeah, but like most of the people,
I want that to happen everywhere.
Yeah, most people that are coming here have their own country back home. It's still the same. You know what I mean?
What I can say as a fact is, after going to Afghanistan and Iraq, both of those countries have a lot of immigration to Europe, Ireland, England, or Germany, etc. I've met multiple people who have done the trip.
Yeah.
They've gone to Europe for whatever reason, usually because Mama Merkel said you could, was one guy's answer in Afghanistan. They stick around, young men, want some adventure. I mean, one guy was showing me, he'd set up this clothing store, and he's showing me on his phone, just scrolling, here's the Eiffel Tower, and then I went to Berlin, and I went here, and I was like, yeah, that sounds nice.
Yeah,
And he was
yeah.
showing me like a tourist trip.
Imagine, yeah.
And he was then in the Netherlands at that time, registered as a refugee. He got bored, and they said to him, do you want to go back? He said, yeah, why not?
Yeah.
So they paid for the flight and then gave him 2,000 euros to set up a business in Afghanistan.
Yeah.
So he went home, and I'm standing in his clothing shop where he's working. He's got his family and kids, perfectly set. And this was a recurring story.
Yeah.
So the populations that are coming, it's because you're handing out free money. They don't see anything wrong with it from their perspective. They think you've got infinite money. I can't blame them. No one should. It makes sense. What's strange is that the government still wants to put out this narrative that everyone's fleeing a war.
Yeah.
By going over multiple safe countries and then settling where they get free money.
Yeah.
That just isn't sensible.
Yeah.
And if you want to see the truth, go to Afghanistan, go to Iraq. You can. It's great. And if you talk to people there, these delusions will very quickly go away.
Absolutely. Yeah. Listen, I'll let it. We chatted even longer. I don't want to keep you because you're going down to Cork, aren't you? Working on this documentary. So we'll look out for this. When's it going to be out? This Irish production?
I've got to polish the Scotland one and then produce this one. So probably a month.
I know as a videographer and editor, and most of my work is sitting down in front of the machine editing and DaVinci Resolve. That's the software I use. Don't know what you use, but that's where the lion's share of the work is. Definitely. I appreciate that.
For anyone thinking about getting into YouTubing, learn how to edit.
Yeah,
if you can't edit,
that editing separates the men from the boys, definitely. And everybody always says, "Oh, let me know if you need a handgun on a shoot." They'll see me off in some really nice place. Oh, I'll go with you and give you a hand with your tripod and camera. Yeah, I say, like, why don't you help me editing? Come into the office for a few days and I'll give you a load of, that's the way it is.
That's the bit that sucks.
Exactly. Yeah. Listen, great chatting to you. All right.
And I think if you look back, RTE did a great number on this country, because a lot of the hatred for Catholicism came from RTE, and that was the first great psyop that they pulled off.
I think I owe you a bit of an apology, do I?
Not really, no, you don't. You speak your mind, and you're allowed to do that in this country. You know
I know,
and then I'm allowed to speak mine and whatever.
What was it? Was it about the Irish language thing?
Well, I just felt that there was. I thought you should have been at the protest, basically.
All right,
I was disappointed you weren't there. That's it.
The one in Galway?
Yeah.
If I told you I have family duties and stuff that I can't get out of, I put it this way, I was mad I missed it. And I've said it before in the YouTube videos that I can only kind of throw so much time at this. It's not my main thing. And
in an ideal world, like I'd prefer people to be a bit more forceful. I'm regarded as being too forceful sometimes or whatever. But I regard this, it's a war now. Like, and it's, for 5 or 6 years now, people are dying from either it's COVID jabs or murdered by people who shouldn't be in the country. It's serious business, like, So
I know.
In that sense,
you have to be.
In that sense, maybe I get a bit kind of irritated. But then you have to accept everybody can't be where you are either. You know what I mean?
I know exactly.
And it's like, but yeah, that was I gave you a bit of criticism on my last video, and you were giving me a bit of advice on my whatever approaches and stuff like that.
Right.
But what I said was over the fence, right?
Yeah, no, you're right. I
It was loud. It was like this kind of thing.
I love.
It was loud, and there was traffic going by and everything else.
Yeah.
So
I know.
It's perceived that you're shouting.
Yeah.
And I'm actually talking very loud now because it's noisy
exactly,
around us, like, you know.
Yeah.
But probably the mic is picking us up.
I have to make a conscious effort to keep my voice down, because when you're out walking and you're like this and you're talking. Anyway, Nick, what's you going to say?
I know.
I know.
And the mics are good for picking it up.
Yeah, they are.
AJ was on to me there. I'm good friends with AJ.
Yeah, I know him. Yeah.
And he said me and you should meet up and have a chat. Have a walk and talk or whatever.
Absolutely, I'm down around Galway.
No panic. But
so good on you. Look, keep up the good work and stuff. And
we all do it. When someone like you starts up something, and I started up my stuff, I'm working off instinct. What I just think is the right thing to do.
I know,
and the right approach. Now for that, I'm getting hassled a lot.
I know.
The system is coming after me now. You know?
Well, I know what you mean. I set up that YouTube channel. I wanted to do sort of videos about recovery, and I'm 9 years now without a drink, and I used to drink very heavily, and I'm very open about it. So that's what the channel was about for initially. And then I said I'll start these videos. The next thing, the attack happened in the army. Father Paul Murphy. That's right right next door to where I'm from.
Right.
So I just did a little video, and all of a sudden then there's interest in it. I'm going, fucking hell. There's a huge interest in this.
Yeah.
People might call you names, and they might say he's this or that, and far right.
People behind closed doors are thinking the same as we're
unbelievable. There's
and it's the fear
exactly.
And that's another thing I said in the video when I was talking about you.
I have to watch that. I'm going to get the popcorn ready.
The unbroken journalist.
All right. Yeah,
but anyway,
it's good.
You might not talk to me afterwards.
Yeah, not at all.
But it's like I'm just trying to say to people, and what I've been doing, my work, right, that I find is to I'm trying to show people not to be scared.
Yeah,
I'm trying to encourage them not to be afraid, because that's how they're ruling over us.
I know.
And it's so much control through fear.
The Irish are very coy like that.
That's what I'm saying. You're afraid to the curtain twitchers are looking out at you, and you're afraid to kind of look bad in front of the curtain twitchers. We have to get out of that psyche and that mentality.
Even walking around with the camera, even doing casual videos that mightn't be on this subject, you know.
Yeah.
People are like, "Geez, your man with the camera." Even if you hold up your phone, it's like, "What's your man?"
I don't want to be on it.
Irish people are very.
I don't want the establishment to see me on anything. I just want to be left alone, my head down.
Alone. And then at the same time, then they're like watching you. Then you're like, okay, if you don't want to be like, what are you doing? Just hanging around.
And you know what was nice about Galway City as well? And I found the same in Sligo and recently, just woke towns, very woke towns. Right? But they were people that were looking at us marching. And as we were approaching, they could see all the flags, they could see all the, or hear the music, Irish music, Go Road, Shade of Awalya, whatever, ballads and stuff like that. And you could see smiles on their faces when they're coming by. And, and what I'm seeing there is that they've been waiting for this for years. They've been waiting to meet people and see people who aren't afraid.
Yes.
Who aren't afraid to be Irish and be proud of being Irish, like, you know. And that's what I'm noticing now on the streets. There's more people are saying, this is great. This is great. Good on you.
Rooting for you. Because I know, like, even at I've done a fraction of the content you have, like, over the years. But I can only imagine how many people come up to you that have seen you through X. Because I don't do any of the X stuff or any of that stuff. But finally stopped calling it Twitter. I can't believe it. Like, even around Galway, and even in the swimming pool, like the last woman in the 70s. I love what you're doing. Keep it. What's happened. All this kind of stuff.
There's a hunger for it. Like, there's a hunger for the truth. Just somebody to tell the truth.
And this topic, like, is the biggest topic. Like, these videos are getting more views than other.
No, absolutely.
Like, if you did a video from the other side, like encouraging mass immigration and saying this is great, how big would your audience be? Do you get me?
And the perception is that the people who are on the left, people who are around the corner there shouting at the sky, that they have a big number of people behind them. They don't. It's just a perception.
No.
They've only 2 or 3% of the population.
They're the squeaky wheel, that gets them the oil. You know what I mean? Listen, great chatting to you, buddy. And I'm no Netflix for me tonight.
Maybe I'll take you on an interview.
Do. I'll give you a crash course in this camera.
I know what I feel it. But that Ireland I can't find anymore most of the time. It's been drowned out. It's been extinguished. It's been terrified into silence.
So I'm here with the fabulous, elegant, lovely Una McGurk, who did a great talk inside here at Mise Éire Festival up in Castlebar. Just going to straighten my camera. And she said some brilliant things that really got the crowd sort of, I won't say going, but there was a kind of almost like a silence, like not a silence, but people were really taking on board what you were saying about Ireland, kind of what's responsible for all this, which is a lot of regulations and being tied in with like Europe and stuff and all that.
But essentially the point I was making was that this is all planned.
Yes.
The growth in numbers with inward migration, both legal and illegal, has essentially been planned, and even though it seems chaotic for most people, I feel that's deliberate, because the government deliberately haven't done anything to deter the numbers because it suits their plan. And a lot of people don't realise that. And I think they're giving out too many permits and visas to legal migrants who are coming in here, and it's having a very detrimental effect on the cohesion of society. And it's negatively impacting Irish people on so many levels. And this is not, this isn't something that I want to say against migrants in general. Many of them don't realise this. Many of them have come because they've been told to come, they've been asked to come. They don't realise the situation. They've been, for example, many of them were encouraged to come by the 8 tweets, or the tweets in 8 languages by our government minister, Roderick O'Gorman, and promising these people own door accommodation. To come to a country which has a serious housing crisis, and our young people having to emigrate because they can't afford to buy houses. And now the young people, even when they're working, they're now competing with legal migrants who are here, many of them under DEI programs, who are bidding against them for the same houses.
Absolutely.
So once again, the Irish now are being treated like second-class citizens. And the fact that there is a game plan to increase the population, but not do it by encouraging Irish people to procreate. On the contrary, they've been encouraged to have abortions.
Absolutely.
And many Irish women are having abortions. Apparently it's 10,000 a year now.
I know.
Our birth rate is going down.
Yes.
But our numbers are increasing. But the numbers are increasing not because the Irish are reproducing themselves, but because those who come into our country, whether they're legal or illegal migrants, are reproducing.
Absolutely,
so and
the money that the government is squandering on this whole immigration thing and IPAS thing, and it's huge. There's huge money just draining out of the country. And if they incentivized Irish people maybe to stay and give tax incentives, housing, if say a young family, had a better chance of getting a mortgage, if the government could step in and incentive, do something in which to make it easier to get a house here, we'd hold on to all our young people and our brain power. I honestly think that we're actually having a bit of a brain drain because a lot of our smart people are leaving, and we're swapping them all out for people from South Asia who are nice people. You see, they're trying to say that if you're anti-immigration or are skeptical of the numbers, that you just don't like them. It doesn't work like that, really.
It's not like that.
It's not down to case by case.
Multiculturalism doesn't work.
No, it doesn't.
You can't have social cohesion with different groups of people who come from different ethnicities, speak different languages, different culture.
Yes.
It simply doesn't work. What you get is ghettoization.
Absolutely. And separation, segregation almost.
For everybody, including them.
Yes. Yeah, of course.
So
they stick together,
Of course, and because humanity is tribal by its nature. So it doesn't work for them either because they become ghettoized in a strange country.
Yeah.
And they're not particularly happy, and then the Irish are not happy either. Our government don't want us to be happy. They don't want social cohesion. It's clear. There's a game plan to increase the numbers for whatever reason because it's to bring us into a whole one world controllable
it's crazy.
system.
And they're supposed to be for the environment and all this, and yet
and yet they want to build all these houses, which if they built them it would be a disaster for the environment.
I know.
But in fact it's all talk, no action. They can't build the houses, so therefore there's nowhere for these people to stay, and it's keeping the price of houses up, and it's a disaster for those who are renting. And just on the prices, I think it's important that people know that the government spent 4.5 billion in the last 5 years to pay landlords for IPAS centres for housing Ukrainians and international protection applicants. And as has been revealed recently, one of the recipients of that is the uncle of one of the main advisors to Simon Harris. So there's a huge conflict of interest
stuff
here.
going on.
And also there's 20% of the members of the Oireachtas are landlords. Again, another huge conflict of interest.
Yes.
This is not good governance.
No.
This is not how democracy should work.
Yeah, exactly.
And it needs to be called out at every opportunity.
Brilliant. Very good. Lovely to chat to you, Una. Fantastic.
You're very welcome.
Enjoyed that. Thanks. Okay.
It was more true than history. And that's true. When we get the history of our country or the history of the world or other countries, what we're getting is the official narrative that's been passed down to us. It doesn't endure. Now, myth comes from a time before we had written, conveyance of stories and history. So they were enshrined within mythology as great stories of heroes and adventures. And
I'm with Danica Dodnellan from Roscommon Says No. Now, Danica was highly active in protesting against the opening of the iPass Centre in Roscommon Town.
Yes.
Am I right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Sorry, I'll edit that little bit out. So tell us a little bit about, you're down here today with the crew.
Yeah, down here at Mise Éire, look, it's just a celebration of Irishness and our culture, and it's great to just get us all together, you know, people who are concerned about what's going on, and, you know, they can see the destruction of their country around it. But it's actually a day of celebration more than anything.
It is, of course.
And I feel like it's nearly a roundup for the summer, because there's been so much events, so much work done. I know in Roscommon Says No to iPass, we set up, now thank God we got that centre closed down, so that's not going ahead. You got to stay active in your towns and make sure that there's no more. Like our iPass Centre in Roscommon, it was going to be 17 people, but it was going to make that guy $500,000 a year for 17 people. And look at the financial incentive around the country.
It's unbelievable.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, the money that's going on it, you know.
But honestly, today feels like a day of like relaxing. People have been protesting, doing work, like great work all summer. And it's just about getting together and being happy and celebrating our culture and our Irishness. And it's great to be here. And thanks for coming.
Yeah, no worries. Thanks yourself. Good chatting to you.
Great.
Thanks, Danica. All right, Stephen, great show today. A great turnout. The event happened after all the commotion and all the drama there a few weeks ago. So well done.
Yeah, thanks very much. It's been an absolutely fantastic day. I'd say there's, you know, nearly 1,000 people have went in through the doors of the Welcome, or today Ivy Tower today. It used to be known as the Welcome Inn. And fantastic, no trouble, no problems whatsoever. Brilliant. The nicest people, and some fantastic acts, some brilliant talks. I haven't got to hear any of them, to be honest, but that's the reports I'm hearing back from people.
They're all filmed, aren't they? Inside, so you'll be able to watch it all back.
Absolutely,
Great content. I thought it was a brilliant show now so far. So all I can say is well done. I haven't met you before, but I saw the, you know, your feed and talking about it and all that, so I'm glad it happened. I'm privileged to be here. Great.
Thanks so much, and I hope we'll see maybe 5 times this crowd next year.
Yeah, good on you.
Fair play to you. Thanks very much.
Okay.
See you, folks.
So just pulling away from the Ivy here in Castlebar. It's about 9:10 I think now, on this lovely Saturday evening, very mild evening. Across the road this way, my car's over here. So I just popped along to this Mise Éire little festival get-together here today, just to see what all the fuss is about. Apparently, you know, it was said by many that you know, this type of thing is the worst possible. You know, it's a meet-up of the worst possible people in the world. You know, this, you probably heard the drama. They cancelled it. They tried to stop it again. They succeeded in Leitrim Drumshambo. Drumshambo is cancel Shambo. So I just went along. Somebody that I know quite well told me, look, why don't you tag along? Your name is on the door with a media pass if you want. So I brought the camera, had a little look around. We all watch the videos, guys, you know. There's no point in denying it. There's a lot of faces there that I recognise from the videos, some lovely people that I met. One really big guy that's unfortunately stopped creating, but he was the first big guy on the scene back in like 2016. Dave Cullen. I was chatting to him for about an hour. Lovely guy. John Waters was there, and you know, John, I didn't really get a chance to chat to him, just very briefly. Irish Git. A lot of kind of people on the scene, and the awareness scene, really, isn't it? You know, call them the far right if you want. I don't know if it's a very accurate description. I'd like to think of it as kind of the normal Irish people. It was a bit of a normal Irish people get together, and it was nice. You know, it was a nice little meet-up. A lovely vibe. So friendly, so warm. A group then that I've never met before says, why don't you come along for dinner with us? And I did. And we had the most amazing chat about Ireland, and they're from Leitrim, and we were chatting about wildlife, and you know, we were talking about things. This topic of discussion was wild swimming, different bird species. They were asking me about birds that they're seeing in their locality, and I was trying to help identify them. Just lovely conversations. You know, I mean, I'm sort of, with these videos, I'm kind of barely scraping the surface in terms of content. Like, I'm I'm not the most productive creator. I've said that before. It's not my main thing, but even in doing the few little videos that I do, it's amazing how many people would know you. And going along there this evening, you know, I'm not going to lie, I kind of enjoyed meeting people that, you know, watch stuff. Just to see people in the flesh, shake hands. Some of them were mad enough even to want to get a photo taken. It was nice, it was warm, inviting, caring. And the room itself then, you know, they did a great job in the production. The main function room upstairs, there was other stuff happening. But what happens is at these events, you end up talking to people a lot outside. You know, you go to pop out, get something in the car or whatever, and the next thing you're stopped. A few people, oh geez, how's it going, all this? And the next thing you're talking for an hour again. So you might miss the different contributors, you know. But they were brilliant. You know, there was some great speakers, you know, talking there. There was a lot of really, really cool stuff. You know, I wish I got more of it, I'm not going to lie. I wish I kind of went into the main room for a little bit longer. But just kind of having the crack with people, like-minded Irish people from the country, from all around the country. Rural, a lot of Dublin folk, from Dublin up north, Mayo as well, a lot of people from around the area. A good few Leitrim heads as well. A few Galway lads. I had about 3 or 4 at least Galway people coming up to me, saying they know me and all that, and having the crack. And it's lovely just to get the feedback. But you know, I'm glad that it went ahead. You know, I'm glad that those who are desperate to try and cancel such stuff and label and tarnish the people of Ireland who are just kind of pissed off with what's happening, you know, with the way the powers, those in charge, I guess, that are just kind of redesigning the country from the base up, currently changing it. So Castlebar is a nice little town. It's a big town in, you know, comparison with other Irish towns. It's one of the biggest in the west. So it was a lovely area, and the building, the event itself, I don't think the place in Drumshanbo would have been any better, to be honest. So there was people of all sorts, kids as well, and dogs. A lot of people brought their dogs. So just nice Irish people. I think they should have just called it the Nice Irish People event, you know, because that's what I come across. The people I'm talking to, the ones who were concerned, I would categorise them as sound heads, as we'd say down in Galway. Sure, your man was sound out. So yeah, there was a lot of sound out heads, and I enjoyed it. So, you know, there was a kind of a feeling today of just an appreciation of Ireland from these people, you know. And it was lovely to chat to them about Ireland and just about what they thought. Just hear people's stories. Let them give you their spiel and just listen to people, you know. So that's kind of what I did, really. So there was a good day. The time flew. I think I got here at like 2:15, parked up, and all of a sudden then I'm looking and it's 9:15. So I think there's a bit of music on. It's going to continue until about 11 or so. And I'm sure there'll be a few people then heading to the pub after that to kind of keep partying. There's always that, a little bit of that. That's no harm. I did enough of that myself back in the day. So yeah, that's kind of it really for the evening. From me, what I'll do now is I'll get on the road, I suppose, and potter back down west. I have a journey of about an hour and 15 minutes, I think. So that's it from Castlebar. I'll head now and I'll leave you on this glorious, warm, balmy evening. God bless, guys.